After every day of creation, God looks at what He made and says, "It is good." But to understand why this is so radical, we have to look at the other stories the world tries to tell us. First, there is materialism, the idea that the universe is just a cosmic accident, that we are just stardust and chemistry. If that's true, there is no good or bad, only survival. But deep down, you know that isn't true. You feel the weight of beauty. You feel the sting of injustice. Materialism can't explain why your life has value. Then, there is pantheism, the idea that the universe is God. But if God is the same as nature, then God is also the same as cancer and decay. Now, even within the church, there are different ways of looking at how God did it. One prominent idea is the gap theory. This theory suggests that between the very first verse, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth," and the second verse, where the earth is formless and void, there was a massive gap of time. Proponents of this view believe this gap explains the geological ages of the earth, and perhaps even the fall of Satan, suggesting that verse 2 describes a world that had become chaotic and was being reformed by God. While theologians debate the Hebrew grammar here, the core truth remains. Whether it happened in a literal moment or across a mysterious gap, it was God who brought order to the chaos. The biblical account debunks the myths. It says God is distinct from His creation, but He is intimate with it. In level 2, we talked about God's holiness. Here, we see that holiness expressed as order and beauty. The Hebrew word for this perfect design is shalom. Most people think shalom just means peace, but in the Bible, shalom means wholeness. It's the idea of every part of creation working together in perfect harmony. No friction between humans and God, humans and nature, or humans and each other. This wasn't a random accident. It was the original design of a mastermind, before the fracture of sin broke the world. Why do we need the story of creation to understand our theology? Because without creation, our pillars from level 2 have no foundation. If we are just a biological accident, we don't have a purpose, we only have a function. If God didn't design the world for shalom, we don't know what justice looks like, because justice would just be whoever is the strongest. And if we weren't made for a garden, we won't understand why we feel so at home in a world of suffering. The reason you hate death and sickness is because you were created for life and health. You are a homeless king or queen remembering a palace you've never seen. The storyline of level 3 is God's mission to get us back to the beauty of this first lesson. Today, we've cinched our tools with our story. We've seen that the world was made very good by a God who is very good, a God who is not a distant explosion, but a creator who knows your name. The action step for this week: look at something in nature, a leaf, a bird, or even the stars. Instead of thinking about the mechanics of how it works, ask,